Oh. If I was you, I'd snap it very quickly right now, but you're not going to. Yeah, you knew he would do it. Well, he came in clutch there. Now the real tragedy of the story starts, is where everything sort of starts going downhill. You would think, that's what I like about this show, is like you would think, oh, after all this would be like it. And then, yeah, this is just the start of the tragedy. Like, it's funny how when the main antagonist is taken out, that's just the beginning of the story. And I love that. We definitely got a way more nerfed Wei, so I'm quite curious how Wei's going to protect the Wayne clan members in this version. So obviously he's nowhere near as strong as he is in like the Dong War. In Dong War he's broken. You do forget how much of a full genocide it was as the Wayne clan, when at the end of the day it was just following their clan leader like any of the leaders would have done. Yes, there was a lot of dickhead. I mean, yeah, but by that logic, that means you'd have to kill everyone who's ambitious. Oh. Quite a clever way to gain everyone's trust, though. He just likes to take all the responsibility on himself. That's the biggest problem. We're gonna finally help. Fucking they're shooting arrows at him. Jesus. This is it's just kids and everything. It's no better than what Wen was doing. It's so sad. But they just murdered the whole lot of them. Jesus. Bloody hell. That was brutal. Jeez. I know that's what they did, but oh god, you didn't see it. That was savage. The fact you enjoy it's a sickening thing. It just shows that there's just evil in all clans. Or just how far hatred can go. All the people who've been repressed now repressing. How is Wei going to help everyone this time? I just don't. I'm curious to see how they're going to do everything. Unless they change things up. I guess they won't need to do the village because, like, we already know when. How are they going to do it? Mr. 5D chessboard player is also here. Still can't believe that. It's nice seeing all the clan leaders a bit more in this versus like how little we saw them in the Dong War. I think that's pretty cool. Of course, he's drinking his alcohol. Oh, these two are the cutest.
南战是你啊！解对那只花孔雀似乎并未忘情，可这桩婚事早已作罢。今日再提，不免让人觉得我将士攀附。新宗主的美意，我们心领了。
Oh. Fuck's sake. Oh, fuck. The show's the most random cliffhangers. Oh, you gotta love it though. Gotta love Wei. He is about the dramatic. Slower but needed episode. Like, I actually really enjoyed this just because we get to see all the major clan leaders a lot more than we do really in the Dog War. Because not in the Dog War, we sort of do a campaign. I hope it just moves on pretty damn quickly. So I actually really like the fact that we're going to like, we got to see them all interact, get to know the characters a bit better. I think like the one reason I don't remember a lot of the characters in the Dong War is because we didn't really spend that much time with them. They were sort of on screen once or twice. And then they didn't play a big role, but some of the characters I'm remembering now who they are in the Dong War, and I'm like, fucking hell, we're getting a lot more screen time with them and starting to figure them out a bit more versus just the sort of rushing through faces that push plot forward quickly. So I really do appreciate like these sort of like political meetings and stuff like that. I think it's pretty cool, and we're just getting to see a bit more of characters we don't normally get to see. We didn't get to see really that much of. Like they'd be lucky enough to even get like 10 minutes of screen time in the whole thing. I do have to go to work soon, so I'll just go to Patreon with Millie. Is it Millie? The drama definitely trades the epicness of the battles for the time with the characters. I think for some reason in this one they wanted Wei's powers to be sort of a secret until he revealed it in this battle. I guess they had to tone it down with the whole founding of the demon cultivation thing so that he doesn't do as much. Excited for you to see the next lot of episodes. I think a lot more of them very interesting. Yeah, I find that very interesting. Like he's not just the OP guy who pretty much carried the team. It was a lot more of a clan effort, I feel like, this time. Which I like. They both got upsides and downsides. Like I just love seeing badass Wei, but I guess I kind of like that the more the clans actually had to do stuff. Aura put the anime was aired online, whereas the TV show was aired on cable TV, and online censorship approved proceeds for Untamed was a more strict or stagnant. Really wish they could have shown Wei as a badass corpse commanding necromancer though. Yeah, that's come on, that's the coolest shit in the world. Like it's so badass. But I like the way they've done it. They haven't done it in a horrible way, and they're still doing it in an interesting, fun way. But it's not as, even though I prefer the more badass necromancer, I do like the way they've done it in this. And like, it's got the bonuses of more people get to have a bit more screen time and moments to shine. But yeah, I've got to go, guys. So guys, hopefully you enjoy the action. If you like, subscribe to P4. Ooh, my favourite numbers. No, yeah, no. What can I say? The Untamed, pick it up a bit. Like I say, the combat, yeah, but I think the main chunk of combat's over now. Like I remember now, it's sort of just like drama mainly. Like there's a few fights, obviously, but yeah, no. Curious to see how they're going to handle things. I think things are definitely going to go a bit differently from the Dong War because I can't see Wei being able to protect the whole of the Wang clans, so I'm curious to see how they're going to handle it, see if they're going to do it a bit differently, because obviously they're being genocided at the moment, and we know in the Dong War, Wei takes them to a different area and looks after them, but in this version he's not as strong, so I feel like they're going to have to do it a different way. But we also got to sort of know Wen Ning and Wen Qin already, so I feel like they don't need to do, like before it was done to get to know them better and for you to care about them. Whereas I feel like they've already done that, so they probably could just skip a state. They probably could just skip to their deaths, to be fair. Either way, not ready for that when that comes about. But I will say the drama starts to take a bit back over now, so like, yeah. But no, yeah, when clan's been defeated, this is sort of like the sort of genocide, and then really when sort of the sadness of the show really starts. I look forward to seeing more of the Jin and stuff like that, because we didn't really get to see that his character that much in the Dong War, so I'm looking forward to seeing more of that. But yeah, I'm excited. This is the part of the story I'm really... See, I was excited. I enjoyed the first half of this because it was like nice to get a different, slower pace at the start of the show. But ever since I've been watching it, I've been looking forward to this half of the story because I feel that this half of the story in the Dong War is where they sort of like missed the mark. Don't get me wrong, I love the Dong War. It's fantastic, but I always felt that from this point on, about season 2-ish, is when the pacing just went boom, like it was in a F1 car and it was going super fast, and this is where I really wanted the show to slow down, especially after we get out of time skip and then we get detective Sherlock Holmes of Wei and Lang. So I'm looking forward to that part of the story quite a lot more because I really want to see a bit more paced out. And in fact, this is 50 episodes and 24 episodes, so I think we've got another like 5 more episodes maybe, so then we've got 20 episodes of that. I'm looking forward to it. Definitely one thing I'm realizing slowly, because I just never really, because characters were on screen such a little amount of time, I never really learned the names properly in the Donghua, and it's really hitting me now because there's some characters I'm like, how the fuck did I not know who that was or that, and I'm just like, oh my god, so I feel so dumb. Whereas like now you know them, it's like, oh fuck, because I slowly get there, but yeah, it's just like, and I was talking to Megan, apparently the actual novels are a nightmare, and in the English translations they've got like a nice little thing for you to tell you all different character names to keep track of easier, which is cool as fuck. But yeah, other than that, we're going to jump into it, guys. So guys, enjoyed the action. Leave a like, subscribe. Let's jump into the Untamed. 3, 2, 1. Go. Play. Oh yeah, Wei walked in, did he? Ready to cause some shit. Oh, excited for this half of the story. I do like, the more I've been thinking about it, the more I do like the more underpowered Wei. I think it just adds a bit more to the storytelling as well. Clever play. Gives them an opportunity to try again. I like seeing the more political side. As you know, if you've watched any of my other series, I love politics. It's just like, oh, it's my favourite thing in the world. It's just fun. Just love debating or seeing like different point of views, look morally grey. So I'm like, seeing a bit more of that's actually really neat. I've seen the clans vie for power to fill the void of the Wei clan. Makes sense that the Jin clan's in this position. Like I said, they benefited the most being allied with the Wen clan. Now they obviously, just in a money position. They pick their allegiances carefully. That's so pretty. Why you never nabulate characters? I don't know why this song just gets me in the feels. I feel like I want to cry. I don't know why. It's just like, oh. Oh, mate, if his sister didn't die, he would have been such a great leader. Fuck it. Why does she have to die? And finger his tits up. Like I say, you can tell why she's such a glue to them. Like, she keeps them together. Like, her death is definitely like one of the biggest impacts in the series by far. It's quite amusing though. I imagine watching this first time, it's like this show proper tricks you into like happy feelings. It's like, oh, can't possibly go wrong. I leaves like Wen Qin being quite ambiguous at the moment. I love how that contradicts his whole like relationship with Wei just on that first rule. You know, shows hype when it's using its music, intro music. Well, his efforts were that you got a chance to rebuild it. Does that count? Oh, why does this all go tits up? Ugh, the brotherly love. It's like, oh, everything just goes. I don't want to go through that part of the story. Do you think it's going to change? Maybe if I hold on to a random bit of hope that they're going to take it in a different direction. Ah. Kind of clever, actually. Still counts. I like we're getting to see a lot more of this. This is so much more. This is so interesting. We barely got to see any of this. It's so good. Do you know what? Do you know what The Untamed feels like to me? Do you know the equivalent of when you watch the first 3 Star Wars movies and you feel like there's something great there? Well, there was something that good, like story-wise. Then you watch the Clone Wars TV series, and then you just watch the movies again. You're like, I like this a lot more because you get to see everything. Like per se, like in the movie, in the Revenge of the Sith, you're told Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin are best mates, but you never see it once. But if you watch the Clone Wars series, you actually then see their friendship and everything they've been through, and then you understand why they're friends. It feels like this with The Untamed. Like you got to see a very great story in the Dongwon, but then you just get to see like the fill in and actually see the bits they talk about in the, like see their bromance a lot more. Like their screen time together in this is way more than it was in the Dongwon. In Dongwon, it's done very well, but we've seen it in this. You just see a lot more of the ups and downs of it a lot more, and then it just makes me more excited for the payoff of the next arc, for example. Ugh. Oh, that is just such a, that's like such an unnecessary fountain, but it's so nice. It's so necessary, but not necessary at all. The set designs, the people who did the set designs, oh, I just can't praise them enough. Fucking beautiful bastards.
几百回了吧？
你呀，你别看阿成那个模样，其实他心里可担
He
心，
does.
可担心你了。
When it goes away, pain. I don't want to think about anything later on. Live in the now. Maybe it's not going to happen. I'm going to have faith.
这个世界上
Ah,
只有我们3个
I love their bromance.
才是最亲的人。
So obviously Lang and Wei are best couple, but best bromance then goes to Jiang Yanli.
专门给我做了莲藕排骨汤。汤呢？吃完了，现在只剩藕了。你要吃就去拿呀。你最好给我吐出来。吐就吐，有本事我吐出来，你吃进去。
Bromance,
啊
let's go.
我吐了
Yay!
来，
好了，你们2个都多大的人了，还蒸几块排骨？我再做一罐就是了。阿成，还有没有点家主的样子了？
哎，对了，你还
Been
记
a while
不记
since we've seen
得
this
当初
actually.
你说过，将来我做
There's
家
been so
主，
much stress on
我
them
就
all
全力辅
lately.
佐我，就像你父亲辅佐我父亲一样。我当然记得，这姑苏有双臂，咱们云梦就有双节嘛。你可别拖我后腿啊！我什么时候拖过你后腿呀？
好了，我去给你们做汤。
Ooh,
对了，
that's a sexy
再
shot.
过1个月，
Oh, I like that shot. Oh,
这可
that's
是
that is
第一
oh,
次百家围猎。
that's painting worthy.
你到
That.
了兰陵，可给我安分一点，尤其是少惹金子轩的麻烦。他再怎么样也是金光善的独子。
I want to go help. Why are we going to help Wenning? I just want to help them. They're probably going through right shitter right now, and I'm not looking forward to that. I want to know what's happened to my baby. Right, so yeah, no, that episode of Untamed, a lot more. That was a lot more progressing, like overall for story wise. Characters started to move into place. The Jin clan just being the shady Jin clan. The wedding obviously having another opportunity with this event, the co-op event. The rebuilding of the clan, I think that was fantastic. Lang sort of being imprisoned and not being able to leave. Everyone being suspicious as Wei, unknown how to react to his like newfound powers. So being watched carefully. Overall, just a very, very good episode, and yeah, just more towards Calm and Storm. I enjoyed this because you got a bit more politics stuff. You got some stuff between just them being bros again and just them like hugging it out sort of. And then we all know it goes to the shitter, but I don't know when. It's giving me a false sense of hope of like everything's going really well. Nothing's going to go wrong, is it? And we all know it is, and we don't even know what's happened to Wen Quinn. So no, I really enjoyed this episode. These episodes are so much more interesting to me. I love them. But yeah, overall guys, hopefully you enjoyed the reaction. Leave a like, subscribe, peace.